Shame is a complex and powerful emotion that involves a deep sense of personal failure, unworthiness, or disgrace. It typically arises from a belief that one has violated societal or personal standards, resulting in a feeling of embarrassment, humiliation, or regret. Shame often involves a negative evaluation of oneself, and individuals experiencing shame may feel exposed, vulnerable, or inferior. Shame is a complex emotion deeply rooted in human psychology, influenced by a myriad of social, cultural, and individual factors. Societal and cultural norms dictate acceptable behavior, and deviating from these standards can lead to feelings of shame. Childhood upbringing and internalized values play a significant role, as violating these moral beliefs can trigger a sense of failure. Social comparison, whether in appearance, achievements, or status, can evoke shame, as can unmet expectations and disappointment. Moral and ethical violations, such as dishonesty or betrayal, often lead to intense feelings of shame. Social rejection or criticism, threatening the fundamental human need for connection, can also trigger this emotion. Understanding shame involves recognizing it as a complex emotion with psychological, social, and personal dimensions. It's important to approach the understanding of shame with empathy, self-reflection, and a recognition of its role in human development and behavior. But to understand first, it starts by the recognition of shame triggers. Identify the situations, behaviors, or thoughts that trigger feelings of shame. This involves understanding personal, cultural, and societal standards that influence perceptions of acceptable conduct. Differentiating shame from guilt. Distinguish between shame and guilt. While guilt is often linked to specific actions, shame is a broader sense of unworthiness or inadequacy. Recognizing this distinction can provide insights into the nature of the emotion. Exploring personal values. Reflect on your personal values and moral beliefs. Consider how these internalized principles shape your expectations for yourself and others. Violations of these values may contribute to feelings of shame. Cultural and societal influences. Examine the cultural and societal norms that contribute to the shaping of shame. Understanding how these external factors impact your self-perception helps contextualize the emotion. Overcoming shame is a multifaceted journey that begins with self-awareness and a deep understanding of personal triggers. It involves challenging and reframing negative thoughts associated with shame, fostering self-compassion, and treating oneself with kindness. Distinguishing between actions and intrinsic self-worth is crucial, encouraging the recognition that mistakes do not define one's entire identity. Seeking support from trusted individuals, whether friends, family, or a therapist, provides an outlet for expressing feelings and gaining external perspectives. Setting realistic expectations and relinquishing perfectionistic tendencies contribute to a healthier mindset. Embracing mistakes as opportunities for growth and learning fosters resilience. Last year, I had a friend named Luke, and Luke had always been the picture of confidence among his friends and colleagues. Known for his charisma and outgoing personality, he seemed to effortlessly navigate social situations. However, beneath the surface, Luke harbored a deep-seated shame that had been quietly building over the years. The source of Luke's shame was a business venture that hadn't gone as planned. He had invested a significant amount of time and money into a startup that ultimately failed. As the venture collapsed, so did Luke's self-esteem. He felt he had let down not only himself but also those who believed in him. The weight of this perceived failure began to manifest in various aspects of his life. Luke withdrew from social gatherings, fearing judgment and questioning his worth. He avoided discussions about careers and achievements, feeling a pang of shame every time someone asked about his professional life. The shame became a constant companion, whispering doubts and insecurities into his mind. One day, a close friend noticed Luke's changed demeanor and gently encouraged him to open up. Reluctantly, Luke began sharing his feelings of shame and inadequacy. The act of confiding in a friend was a turning point. Instead of judgment, Luke found understanding and support. His friends shared stories of their own setbacks and failures, emphasizing that these experiences didn't define a person. Emboldened by this connection, Luke decided to seek professional help. In therapy, he delved into the roots of his shame, exploring the unrealistic expectations he had placed on himself and challenging negative self-talk. Through introspection and guided support, he started to separate his sense of self-worth from the perceived failure of the business venture. As Luke gradually dismantled the layers of shame, he began to rebuild his life with a newfound resilience. He enrolled in courses to enhance his skills, took on new projects, and embraced opportunities for personal and professional growth. With time, Luke realized that the journey from shame to self-acceptance was not about erasing mistakes, but about learning from them and embracing vulnerability. Luke's story became one of triumph over shame, illustrating that acknowledging and sharing one's struggles can be the first step toward healing. Through a combination of self-reflection, supportive relationships, and professional guidance, Luke emerged from the shadows of shame with a stronger sense of self and a more compassionate outlook on both success and failure. If you're wrestling with feelings of shame, know that you're not alone. We all carry burdens, and it's okay to stumble along the way. Remember that your mistakes don't define you. Embrace vulnerability, share your struggles with someone you trust, and seek the support you deserve. You are worthy of love and acceptance, even in moments of perceived failure. Through self-compassion and learning, you can overcome shame and emerge stronger. Embrace the journey of self-discovery and know that growth often arises from the very challenges that make us feel most vulnerable. You are resilient, and brighter days await.